Hello Libra, this is your February 15th, February 28th, 2017 read. For the main read, I'm using the Bound Fire Tarot by Gabby Angus West. And for the supportive cards, using the Secret Language of Color cards by Ina Sagal. I saw these first on Angel Souls, or Angel Soul 444's channel, so I just thought I'd give her credit for that because I wouldn't have known they existed unless I saw them. I feel like that's your overall. Is that what we're on? Okay. We got some interesting situations. I feel like we're pulling from the bottom of the deck for some reason. Yeah. I feel like this is a bottom of the deck situation. So what does that mean? Things coming from underneath. Things coming from the bottom up. The base of the situation coming back and coming out. Okay, so the overall is interesting. I feel like it's layered, and I feel like this is coming from the bottom up, which means I feel like things are rising to the surface that have happened in the past. Things that you may have done to make situations work out are coming back to the forefront, and you're having to deal with them a second or possibly a third time. Okay. Now this is your overall energy. The top card here is the Nine of Swords. I feel like you've been dodging bullets, moving through things very cunning and trying to get things worked out. Very careful about what you say, maneuvering things in certain places, being very strategic about handling things, dodging bullets again. And I feel like these things you've been dodging and trying to move things just so people would get along and so peace would prevail are coming back to the surface, and you're having to deal with them again. Okay. Below her, we have the Three of Coins and the Eight of Coins. So, I feel like there's a lot of work that you've done for this situation to be peaceful. I feel like you're constantly working behind the scenes to keep it peaceful. I feel like there's a lot of work. I feel like you're trying to keep things together, and you're being very strategic and dodging bullets. I feel like that's this whole time frame. You're doing that a lot in this situation. So it seems to drag throughout. You're trying to turn a blind eye to things that aren't working out exactly the way you think they should, or there's some negativity there that I'm not understanding. I feel like there's some negativity you're trying to avoid or you're trying to push off. And you're feeling if you can just dodge the bullet long enough, the bullet will stop. It'll go away. I kind of feel like that's the feeling we have here. Not entirely. The bullet may land somewhere else where you can actually move on from it. The bullet is in the air. I feel like the bullet is in the air. Like shots fired, I feel like. And what I mean by that is something's going on, and someone is going to have to deal with it one way or another. I just feel like you're trying to push it off so it doesn't create more havoc than you feel necessary. Yes, okay. Now, the color cards here. There's purple, which is develop mental clarity, and apricot, which is rejoice and laugh. The purple really makes me feel like you're shedding light on the subject, or the subject is starting to come to light. Things are starting to come to light that you don't really want to come to light. I feel like you're trying to keep the peace, and you're trying to keep certain things under wraps to keep the peace. That's the whole purpose. And you're feeling like certain things aren't fair. Certain things are not working out, in your opinion, what would be fair. This isn't right. This is not. Things need to stay calm. Not everything needs to be talked about. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. But I feel like the situation is like forcing itself to the surface. And I don't feel like that's comfortable for you. I feel like there's a lot of effort from the past that you're feeling like is being destroyed or being negated as we go into this time frame. Below you, I got a couple more color cards. I got Awaken Your Creativity with Amber, and I got blue, Activate Your Healing Power. Again, even around you, I feel like people are shedding light on things. Like, I feel like you feel, when you're looking at this, you're like, this doesn't need to be talked about. This situation it can be fine. It doesn't have to be like this. And I feel like it's starting to come to the surface. It's starting to get a little more volatile than you prefer. And you're thinking this isn't really necessary. Like, we can get along. We don't have to have these conflicts. As we go forward, like not too soon after, but soon enough, within this time frame anyway, we have the Chariot, and I feel like it's you working to get things back under control. I feel like you're calming the beast. You're doing what needs to be done to calm the beast, to put things back in order, to put things back to sleep where necessary. I feel like you're looking at it like this doesn't have to be. A lot of this doesn't need to be talked about. I keep feeling that, keep hearing that. Like, a lot of this doesn't need to be talked about. As far as you're concerned, a lot of this does not need to happen. We can just let it go in the past. Let's just move past it. We don't need to argue about it. There doesn't have to be a big issue about it. Okay. All right, so this is your environment. I'm just now realizing there's two cards that came out. The one that I saw first, which I thought was by itself, was Four of Swords. And I feel like around you, like the people are trying to make you feel like they're letting it go, but something's going beneath the surface here, and it makes me feel like it's just a ruse, because they're trying to push it forward again, but they're trying to keep you out of it so they can push whatever they think's going on to the surface, so the situation gets talked about. So below that, what do we have? Two of Wands. Yep, there's action going on beneath the surface. From what you're seeing from people around you, it looks like they're just taking a little break. You may even realize that they're kind of just giving you a line or trying to make you feel like it's okay and that they're just letting it go. But I feel like there's a lot of action behind the scenes with these people. They want this to come to the surface, and they're forcing it to the surface. I feel like there's a lot of action behind the scenes that you're not seeing. In the situation, even though you feel like you got it under control and you might have calmed the beast for a moment, there's still things going on behind the scenes. The next section here is kind of interesting because what you have is you got the Devil card and you have the Ace of Ace of Wands. So these kind of go back and forth because I feel like it's kind of like a little battle here. The situation is coming to the forefront. Whatever you've been trying to put to the side, or kind of like, let's just calm down and get along. Let's just not fight about this. It's forced its way to the top. It's coming up. It's going back and forth, and it's actually like the catalyst for moving into a new situation here. A new situation's going forward. And I feel like these two cards are kind of battling each other at this point. Trying to start anew, but being bound to what happened in the past. Like, I feel like there's a lot coming up from the past. I feel like you did a lot of like strategic dancing there, verbally, and maybe some other things just to keep things under control. And now it's all coming back to the surface, and I feel like it's coming. You're facing a lot of it. You have to face a lot of it. It's just you can't seem to escape it. But the sooner this card is resolved, the sooner this card takes over, and a new situation goes forward a lot healthier. I feel like this situation starts anew, and it starts better. I feel like you're getting a lot of clarity in this time frame. I know it says be persistent, which is silver. But I'm feeling a lot of clarity here. I feel like you're seeing a lot of different facets of the situation, and I think you're learning about certain pieces that you thought would just stay dormant. You're learning that was never going to be the case, and you're identifying them in a sense where you can like be prepared for the future, for the next time something like this comes around. Once you get past this Devil card, because I feel like it's more I feel like this card is like being bound to the past, having to answer to certain things that you did, and like explaining that you did it because you want everybody to get along, and it's better for things to get along, and there's no need to be combative. And I feel like it's like a lot of stress for you personally just to like handle things, and like you're trying to explain like I had everybody's best intentions at heart, and I was just trying to make everybody get along and trying to help everything. The sooner that's resolved, and I feel like it's an uncomfortable moment, the sooner you can move on to the next step. I feel like this is hard to swallow. I feel like this part is hard to swallow. But once it's taken care of, it's like these two cards keep battling each other. Once this one's taken care of and that's swallowed, we let go of it, we move on, and things get a lot better for you. Once that's taken care of, things get a lot better for you right away. Okay, I think that's all we got for this read. If you'd like a direct read from me, go ahead and shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com, James4astral@gmail.com. Have a good day.